I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network, and this is a breaking news alert. Big news out of Ukraine this morning. The 12-mile Kerch Strait Bridge, which connects the occupied Crimea with Russian mainland, had a massive explosion. This bridge that was badly damaged by this explosion on Saturday is the primary supply route for Moscow's forces that are fighting in southern Ukraine, where the Ukrainian army has made significant advances and the Russians have made significant retreats in recent days. It is also a very deeply symbolic bridge for Vladimir Putin, which he highly touted as being impenetrable in 2018 after it was built for a cost of approximately $3.7 billion, and its symbolism of connecting the occupied region of Crimea after it was invaded in 2014, still occupied right now by the Russians, with the Russian mainland, had that important symbolic significance as well. Ukraine has lauded this development, but has not accepted responsibility as being directly involved in it. Russians have claimed that it was a Ukrainian truck that did it, but nonetheless, Russia had been boasting about in propaganda for some time that it would be impossible to attack or to damage this bridge. So let's just show, we have the video right now of the bridge currently on fire. Again, this will prevent, in a very good development, military supplies from reaching southern portions of Ukraine, which are still occupied by Russian forces. So a major important military objective here as well. And this is what the Ukrainian Twitter account stated after news of this explosion that sent major portions of the bridge into the water below. The Ukrainian Twitter account wrote, quote, "Sick burn." Okay, the Ukrainian Twitter account and the Ukrainian communications arm is one of the most impressive things that I've ever seen. The Ukrainians have won the communications war by being honest, direct, and utilizing communications like this perfectly. But they go, "Sick burn." And their other statement was, "Hey, at Crimea, what's new?" was their other tweet a few hours ago as well, shortly after the announcement of this explosion on the bridge. Now, there is a massive amount of attrition and low morale within the Russian army, within the ranks of Russia. And so, in addition to cutting off supply routes, in addition to this symbolic blow to Putin's prize achievement, he considered this bridge to be, he took his truck across the bridge when he tried to declare that this was Crimea was Russia in 2018. He did this whole propaganda. But the importance here of sending a message to Russians occupying Crimea and Russians on the mainland, that there is no escape from this, and to further demoralize an already demoralized army, especially after Putin called 200,000 plus troops up recently, and we've seen people trying to flee regions and trying to escape from Russia, and this will add to that attrition. And so it has those three prongs of importance: a big symbolic defeat, cutting off military supply lines of Russia sending military supplies to southern Ukraine, and to further the attrition and demoralization of the Russian troops. Try to get you some feedback right now from some commentators who have been discussing these recent developments. This is from Elizabeth Zerkov, about 9 hours ago. She writes from the time of this recording, she goes, "Only 3 months ago, Russian propaganda was claiming that the Crimea bridge was impossible to attack because of 20 different modes of protections covering it, including military dolphins. What a colossal failure." That was from Elizabeth Zerkov. This is from Anastasia Lapatina. "I'm literally sitting here writing a story about Kremlin's repressions of Crimean Tatars in occupied Crimea as photos of Putin's Crimean bridge being on fire starts pouring in. What a moment." This is another message that we're getting from Alexander Vidman. "Kerch Bridge. This video shows the explosion on the inbound Crimea lanes. It's pretty clear something struck the bridge, destroying those lanes. An amazing feat." What else do we have here? This is from Anton Gershkachenko. "All trains and buses from Russia to Crimea were canceled. Tickets aren't available for sale. Southern group of Russian troops has temporarily lost its railway supply. It's technically there, but runs along the entire mainland front line." And it's a great photo of Putin. And then you have the Ukrainian Crimea account saying, "Good morning from Crimea," with a photograph of the destroyed bridge. A big development in the war, the unlawful war that Russia declared on Ukraine. Russia's humiliating defeats keep on mounting. This is a major, major, major defeat for, and a major defeat in Vladimir Putin's efforts. And a good day for pushing back against authoritarianism. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Make sure you hit the subscribe button right now. We are on our way to 1 million subscribers. Thanks to you. Hit the subscribe button right now. In addition to subscribing here, you can also support independent pro-democracy media like this, no matter where you live in the world, by going to patreon.com/MeidasTouch, patreon.com/MeidasTouch. There's a number of exclusive benefits there, like you could become a producer of the MeidasTouch podcast. You could get postcards from me and my brothers, other behind-the-scenes footage, exclusive podcast episodes, and other behind-the-scenes write-ups, and more. Check it out, patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Until next time, let's keep fighting for democracy.
This November is Rovember. MeidasTouch just released its brand new collection of Rovember t-shirts and pins to let the country know what's at stake this upcoming midterm election. Go to store.MeidasTouch.com to grab yours. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.